If you're experienced enough with computers, you've probably had at least one dual boot at some point in time. And in fact, there was a time period on this channel in which all of my systems had a dual boot configurations. But up until recently, there have been no dual booting systems on this channel. And even still, the one that I have is just 2 copies of Windows XP. So let's change that. With Windows 7 and Windows Vista on a PC which once had Windows 7 and Windows Vista, I'm going to then try some games just for the fun of it. So let's get started. The PC in question is this Dell Vostro 230 that I've had since January of 2023. This system may be familiar to you because of these 2 clips that I'm about to show you. 7 in this video. Also, happy Valentine's Day. And before we get into using Windows 7, I need to talk about the unit we're using this on. So yeah, let's start this up. And we're gonna have to go into the boot menu right here. And yeah, if you didn't see the thumbnail, which I'd understand why, in that I showed that there's a lot, and I mean a lot of programs on this thing. So we're not gonna cover all of the programs. Those 2 video clips come from 2 early successful videos, one of which is still, at the time that I'm recording this audio, my most viewed video. However, there's a bunch of stuff on this Windows 7 install that's already on here, and as you know, I'm trying to set up new installs and cut down on installing so much bloat on systems. So this is what the current install of Windows 7 on this thing looks like. Very horrendous. Well, let me go transfer over all the files that really matter and shut this down. Also, before we go further on this, I think it would be more fitting to use a slightly modified setting for this. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's install Windows 7. Well, that's a interesting resolution. Also, we have an audio driver out of the box. So that's kind of cool, I guess. However, all I'm going to really do here is change the resolution to 1280 by 720, and we're going to shut this down. I didn't already have a copy of Windows Vista 64-bit on DVD, so I burned a copy, and here we are on the next day. I just want to get footage of the installer loading just to make sure that this wouldn't be in a similar scenario to when I upgraded Windows 2000 to Windows 7 and Windows Vista just immediately started installing. And thankfully, it is not the same as that video. So let's start installing this. What's it doing? Help! Okay, once again, there's an audio driver and a stretched out video, so I once again changed it to 720p. I'm gonna format the rest of this data. Now that we've got Arrow on Windows Vista, I'm gonna do a few cleanup tasks for this so that these disks are easier to understand. I'm gonna set a background, and then repeat the process on Windows 7. Next, it's time to do some Windows Experience Index scores. On Windows Vista, the score is 5.1, which, if you remember what I said in the ThinkCenter A70 video about that PC's score being a 3.4 or something, this PC blows that ThinkCenter out of the water with this. And you shouldn't be too surprised about this, because of the fact that this PC has an Intel Core 2 Duo E8400 and an NVIDIA GeForce 310. Two things that are quite powerful and came from the factory. The Windows Experience Index score on Windows 7 is a bit weaker, being a 5.0, but with that out of the way, let's try some games on here. On Windows Vista, I tried out Peggle, not to mention how fast this installed. And now Touhou. Holy shit! What the hell happened here? Oh my god! This is nasty. I did not expect this. Okay, looking at the Touhou wiki, it says that there's glitches that occur with the menus with Touhou 6, Embodiment of Scarlet Devil, all the way through Touhou 9. I can't say that. I don't know how to pronounce it. And Touhou 7 is in between 6 and 9. Please don't take that out of context. However, the game does work. You can play it. But it then shows this, which is a very nasty sight. In fact, I've lowered the brightness of this a little bit because, good God, this is nasty. And this is pretty much a stock installation of Windows 7 apart from drivers. I have a feeling that what caused this is, I don't know. Because Touhou 7 runs just fine on my Windows 10 desktop, which has an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060. But, I mean, hey, it's something that if you want to experience true hell in the term bullet hell, here you go. However, on that note, I still need to get a lot of software installed on here, but I'm going to do that on my own time. So, overall, it's not that bad, apart from Touhou.